Hey, what's up, guys? What is up, guys? Me, there's my tech here. No, it's Malina. Welcome back to another video. How you doing today? Are you doing good? Doing good. Today we're gonna do some gameplay and also I'm gonna do a discussion here. I think we're gonna do okay. Should I do music with gameplay? Actually, we could do music with gameplay. But today I'm gonna do some gameplay on my games, obviously, and we're gonna do a random discussion. So, before we do that, I'm gonna roll the intro. I'm gonna start the game, and then we'll roll the intro, please. Oh wait, let me see. What is this? Oh, what is this, guys? What is this, guys? What is this? Hold on a second. What is this? Let me see what it is. Let's see. Oh my god! I got millions! Alright, let's roll the freaking intro, please.
In my bank account, despite being dressed like future labor, we had sex making back and indexation back.
Is it me, Malian here? Knows the days my tech here. We're back in the video again after I wrote the intro, please, 10,000 times. I'm gonna switch my camera to the Game Boy, and I'm gonna start a discussion today. Today's topic we'll talk about is really human civilization and just personal stuff. It's a good random jabber. You can see whatever's on the top of this episode. Today on today's discussion about why that people should work together and not go against each other, and how we manage to cause the collapse of civilization. This is gonna be the video. I'm gonna play some gameplay because I look stressed out. So to solve this, I'm gonna play some gameplay. So because I'm older, I'm 21. So look at some gameplay. Okay, so we're back in gameplay. I have to do it with one hand, so it's gonna be hard to do the gameplay. So keep it in mind. So yeah, we'll get the gameplay. We'll go to today's discussion. So yeah. So what is up, guys? Me and Malene here. Welcome back on that video again. Let me lower the volume for the sake of the video. Let me lower the volume a little bit because I can't focus. So I'm gonna put it very low so I can hear me talk. But welcome back on another video again. How you doing today? Now today I'm gonna talk about is today's. Let me take my volume a little bit. Sorry about that. What's up, guys? Me and Marlene. Welcome back on another video again. Sorry about that. Today we'll talk about is why I think me low volume. I think low volume will help with that because that's a little bit low. Alright, I'm just low down because you know the music, so go ahead and lower down for now because it's very loud. So yeah, today's discussion I'm gonna talk about honestly. I originally gonna put music for the background, but obviously I can hear the background because this game, the game music is not bad. It's just obviously could say the music I'll play it once, but like I said earlier, because I can't focus talking in the background, so that's why I didn't put the music. So today's discussion I'm gonna talk about is just people in general. People like I said, I don't know, be like, oh, we need people. We don't need people. Blah blah blah. And this is gonna be a long video thing. I don't know how long this video is gonna take because it's gonna be a very long discussion. But the first time I'm gonna talk about, the first elephant in the room we'll talk about is, oh, we don't need people, and say bullshit. We actually need a lot of people. Actually, we actually us people, and when you contribute to society, we're dependent on our species, for instance. So, for instance, without people, without all people, we're literally helping each other in general. Despite we being rivals, because we're dependent on each other. Because, like I said, people provide value. Now, what I have a problem with people in general is I must have from criticism people, but what I have a problem is when people are trying to competition. The competition is good, obviously, but there's some cases where competition just doesn't make any sense. For instance, when it comes to family members, sometimes family members have competition with other family members. It's just weird, and I don't understand why that happens, but that usually happens when you have competition with other relatives, which is really weird. And it's not only an American thing. It happens everywhere. It happens in China. It happens everywhere. It's just weird having competition there. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm delusional. But another thing I noticed that I realized about human beings, incredible creatures. Maybe I'm from a different planet. Maybe I'm a chosen one. I could make a whole video about the healthcare. So if you want to, I can't put it on my YouTube channel because obviously I don't get banned. So if you want to see all the exclusive video, also check out my website below. I have a website. I'm gonna sell exclusive videos there. I said that's all, but you can watch an exclusive video on my website. So check my website below for exclusive video. This here, if you wonder what game I'm playing, this is a game I created personally. I use GB Studio to make the game, as you can see. It's called Ultra Bianca Revenge of Chase. So not for now on, when I make videos, I'm probably gonna show gameplay, Game Boy gameplay, so you know what it is. So this is basically Ultra Bianca Revenge of Chase gameplay. I have it on. It's on. You can download it. You can download it on the I believe the App Store. You can get on the App Store, the Play Store. You can get on the Play Store, and then if you're for Apple, you can run it through the web browser, the emulation, and then on like the actually not emulation, but the web browser, and then like on the Game Boy, you could run it through you could run it through like a flash card if you're lucky, or if you you could use emulation. But I'm running through original hardware. I actually burned the flash. See, this is the flash card. Not flash card. It's the cartridge burned, or the flash card. But I burned the game onto the ROM. So it's custom made, by the way. It's based in GB Studio. I know people are like, oh, wow, it's copyright. No, it's not copyright because I created my own. So it's custom made. It's a basic game I made. I took the development kit from GB Studio to make the game. So it's the main game I've created. So it's not sponsored, by the way. I know people think it's sponsored. It's not sponsored, but you know, actually it's a sponsor. So if you want to download this game, get it today. But otherwise, like I say, this is Bianca right here. This beautiful Bianca. She's so hot. Oh my God, she's just so hot, bro. Made her really hot. I mean, GB Studio makes very hot characters. She's very hot, bro. So let me just get plus A a little bit. Sorry about that, because this gameplay is a little bit buggy. I'm playing with one hand, so it's kind of hard to play with one hand because it's really hard. So I'm playing with one hand. You're supposed to play with two hands. But like I was saying, though, the thing I realized about like society is like, you know, you have where the thing with society is like it's like a competition. It's kind of weird how we have competition. But what people don't realize is like eventually, like it's weird how like you know as a chosen one, when you realize when you wake up in the Matrix, you realize that like I said, not all people are bad. Like not all people are bad. It's that people just like for some reason have competition. And I think the best thing for like humanity is honestly, in my opinion, like I can't say half the things I want to say because I don't want. First of all, you have governments which is like let me just sorry about that. I had to get some gameplay here because I'm sorry about the gameplay. Sorry about the crappy film. I had the just jumping, so it's just a pain to get the jump. So because it's like really painful. I'm doing it with one hand, so this might be crappy film, but not as crappy. But I'm using one hand, so I'm surprised this is gonna be good. So hopefully it's good. So yeah, some film may be not there, but it should be fine. So yeah, that's not be there. All right, there we go. There you go. This is the hardest part. Like from there, everything else is easier because I can just film one hand. I'm not gonna do all the gameplay because sake of the the limitations of me having one hand. But you get the at least how hard is it. You may wonder why you're not doing for emulation. Why you could just use emulation on iOS, like I said earlier. The reason why I don't do it on emulation, I could do an emulation if I wanted to, but the thing is, the reason why I don't do it because I like original hardware, and I think, and it's also daylight too. It's very bright out there. And I want to record. I want to get the last bit of film. It's actually, and plus with the Game Boy, this is only in color. So if we're gonna do emulation, I only get the color, which is nice. But I want to get the black and white, the true black and white experience, which would be cool. And that's what I really want to do. So yeah, it's right here. That is Jessica right here. That's Jessica right there. That's from Chase Bank. Because I remember I got scammed $20. We're not gonna talk about that. Now if I go to Jessica, I'll probably go back to the main map, which I don't want to do. So I'm gonna just do that and go here. But like I was saying though, the thing I just find it weird how we compete against like different beings. It's kind of weird we do that. So I have to cut the Game Boy light. By the way, the Game Boy does not have backlight, so I'm recording it with see, the good thing of the sun is right there, so I get like the sun there. So I'm recording it through the sunlight, like natural light. Which is good. It saves power, saves electricity, because I want to have a high bill, obviously, because it runs on battery, so it saves power. And if I use my phone, it uses more power for that reason, which makes it less efficient. So I'm using like basic natural sunlight, which is God intended sunlight. God intended. So this is God intended. I put in the Game Boy, God intended with sunlight, so you can see the light. This is also why I don't record Game Boys at night. Game Boys like this at night because it makes it way harder. So you got to do it in the day because it's just easier to record the Game Boy during the day. But like I was saying though, I don't know why people just like for some reason compete with each other. Eventually we're all gonna be in the same grave. We're all, like I said, like people are like, oh my God, I hate you, blah blah blah, blah. I love you. But what people don't realize is like eventually we're gonna be in the same grave. Honestly, we're gonna be in the same graveyard. Yeah, it's just the reality. Like eventually, like I said, all Game Boys are gonna die, and all peeps are gonna disappear from the Matrix. So it's just weird how like human beings like compete. Like we're all gonna be in the same grave. That's just the reality. And I don't understand why people like I said, it's not all people are bad. It's like with technology, not technology bad, and even with money too. Like the money actually is used for good. For instance, I bought this Game Boy. I mean, taxes too could help. But yeah, Game Boys are really good. Money could be good to good society, better humanity. Plus, money could be gross greed. But yeah, that's just said, money could be used for good. And like every technology could be used for good or bad. But I just find it weird how people in general just like. No, people just like, oh, got my left ear is itchy, so people hating me. But it's weird how we have competition against like other human beings, and literally hurting their own species in the process, which I don't understand. I think honestly the best idea for Earth, I mean the best planet for Earth, if we get I don't want to say something dark because I don't want, like I said earlier, we're in a society, if you say certain things, oh, you're a terrorist, blah blah blah, you're bad, you're pessimistic, blah blah blah, the world's fair. But really, realize like people, it's like all suffering, in the world of Matrix, in the Matrix, really. So it's really complicated issue to solve, but that's why. And the next thing I'm gonna talk about is like age. Why I think most of people, like most adults, honestly act like children. I can make a whole video about that. We're gonna make it right now. But Matthew, oh my God, you playing a game? You act like no, that's not children. Based on lifestyle. I programmed the game myself, like I said earlier. And people are like, oh, you're lazy. No, I'm not lazy. I program a game by myself. I don't I play games too, but I have moderation. I have some fixed moderation on that. And even if I play games, they usually be games that if I play games a very long time, usually this is the creation I make to make better games around it. Because this is something productive. I could sell games. I could, I own the rights to it. Like this is the game I created. It's my custom game I created. So that's why I love game development. But you have these people. Most people, like I said, my IQ. I'm gonna talk about my IQ. I took a test. Like I went on Twitter, I think, or WorleyX.com, but I call it Twitter. To be honest, it's the same thing. I went on X or Twitter, and I actually took an IQ test. Actually, no, I took an IQ test online to show my results on Twitter, or WorleyX, and I realized my IQ is 118, which makes it really interesting. The reason I say this is because I'm not saying I'm not the smartest, because I'm not the smartest, man. I am not. I did some terrible decisions. I'm a human being. I make mistakes too. But what I noticed is that like the majority of the population is about the 100 IQ or the 90 IQ. Like I said, I'm not the smartest. I'm not the smartest in the universe. I did some things I don't know about. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about too much about finances, but I know basically like programming and something like that. But what I do know is that I found it weird how what was it was say? I found it weird how society. When it comes to younger people, they don't give younger people enough credit. They think younger people are kind of dumb or stupid, or not all, but talk about the boomers in general. But not all boomers too, but just in general, and it relates to the work culture. Like, the people just take the pride of like, working 9 to 5, which I get it. I mean, obviously, you gotta work 9 to 5. Let's be honest, we need money to survive, honestly, but. It's very complicated. There's a quote I gotta say from a grandpa, and it's work smart, not harder, okay? Now people are like, I want to work harder. No, you're supposed to work smarter. You don't work harder. Most boomers, and just in general, not boomers things. You even have like Matt Walsh and like all the political channels, like Ben Shapiro, and all that stuff. They're like, oh my God, we're lazy. Gen Z is lazy. Honestly, I made a whole video. I made a whole podcast why Gen Z is probably the smartest generation. No, we'll do some terrible decision too. But very smartest generation when it comes to technology advancements, and also when it comes to like just logic. Personally, I'm Gen Z, obviously. Us Gen Z, I gotta admit, we have some faults too, but even boomers have faults too in that sense too. But it's just weird how like society, when they treat younger people, they treat like, we're irresponsible. Well, like I said, if you act like a dum-dum, that's like with anything in general, with anything, that's good or bad, in the world. But you gotta remember that people. I think it's weird how older generation don't see the potential of smart people, the younger generation. Because let's be honest, kids. Like, eventually the boomers are gonna pass away, and all like the people like in the leadership position, like the older people, they're gonna pass away. Like I'm 21 right now. I'm adult, yes, but obviously, like I said, society could change like in like the next 2,000 years, or let's say 2,100. So you have to be wise beyond your years, and that's why I think this is also why. I mean, I actually recently got back to vinyl too, so I'm gonna do a review of the vinyl. I make music too, besides game design, but I recently got back to vinyl because the reason why I noticed that we also lose ownership of things too. Like, for instance, I love Spotify. I love Spotify so much. But the problem with, like I said earlier, there's times where they take down my music and it's just annoying, and you have to relicense the song. It's just annoying. It's tiresome. And the music is the right sort, because you have the executive at these record companies who are like mostly boomers. Honestly, don't know the product, and they think money, greed. You know what I'm saying? And you don't care about the fine art. And this is also why music is becoming like crappy analog computers. Or actually analog computers are pretty good, but just crappy stuff right there. Actually, analog computers are pretty good. So that was a joke, by the way. But the point is, like, when you skip the Matrix, you realize, it's just human beings are just very complicated creatures overall. A lot of things I could talk about, but there's some things that if I say something, it could be out of context, obviously. So that's why context is key. Another example I noticed is recently is the political. Everything's becoming political nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this game is not political. This game is just more of expression of art. This is art, man. This is not political. As you can see, there's a lot of different things. But I know it's like new games nowadays are political. As an indie dev, it hurts my heart when you see like all the games become very political in that sense too. So I gotta make a whole video about that, but that's not a topic I'll talk about next time. But there's a lot of things I could say, but it's just like I know it could be out of context because oh my god, But another thing I'm gonna talk about too, exactly, which really drove my nuts a little bit. I'm sorry about the cursing, my dear. I'm a proud Christian. Sorry, just kidding. I'm a Christian. Will refer a little bit panic a little bit, but a little suicidal. But the thing I noticed is about like it's like we don't need men, blah blah blah, or that's political. Not like I said, everything's political, up the butt right now. Or we don't need men, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not getting into politics because if I get into politics, I'm probably get a lot of hate comments, and I'll probably get disappear from the Matrix if I do that. So I'm not get too much into politics. I'm just talking about the in general, just say stuff in general about like just my opinion, like how I feel about that, and I'm talking about the logic sense of it, not the political sense of it, because like I said, political is all emotional, not like logic. But the thing I gotta understand, like we need men, obviously. I was watching this documentary about like a very dark documentary about cell towers. Of how people are like, oh my god, women, like people are like, oh my god, who you got real people when they built cell towers. It's not built by like actual you gotta build them. It's not built it's not built by AI. No, you gotta have human beings to build it. And it really talks about a documentary how a lot of people died building cell towers. Actually, well, I'm sure it's a video. Disappeared from the Matrix from building cell towers, which is really devastating. It's very explicit content. And obviously, got rated R. You gotta be 18 up to watch it. But it's really disturbing how they don't talk about it in schools, man. They think, oh my god, the beach really building. Like I said earlier. And a lot of people, realize a lot of people sacrifice their life to build cell towers. See, game design's a little easier. You could just say it's just easy, but cell towers are a little hard to make because it's not AI. You gotta program that shit, but also too, you gotta build it from far distance. And the thing is, with cell towers, the risk is like climbing mountains. One fall, you could just die. You could disappear in the Matrix. It's essential for YouTube purposes. YouTube's very sensitive. But yeah, that's why too. People are like, oh my god, we don't need men. But like I said, the majority of the cell towers are built by men. This is simply factual, and even construction too is built by men. I'm not saying. Like I said, I'm not saying that women can't do it. I mean, yeah, this woman in the military they're very tough, obviously too. But the majority due to the design of evolution of human beings, women usually men are more like taking more riskier endeavors. That's the reason why too men also die quicker too, and women last longer. Not because it's sexist, no, it's simply factual. Because men takes more riskier. And also, men has also I think they have like I forgot what they name, but like that chemical where it leaves like more masculine traits on that sense too. And I know with my life too, I realized that like in my I'm not feminine, but it's very complicated because like I barely had a dad in my life. Like I never had a dad, but I at least have common sense that contributes to that. And that's gonna be my next topic to talk about. Is like people say, oh my god, if you don't have a dad, you're more likely to be annoying to society. Like I said earlier, human beings are unpredictable. And also really, without a father, it makes it difficult. But like I said earlier, like I said on Twitter, like I said earlier, it doesn't matter. I went to foster care, never had a father. But I have a beautiful soul. Really, I think honestly, it's spiritual stuff going on in that sense. But we're not ready for that too. But really, I really think that like also too, the thing you gotta remember about not having a father is that it's very complicated. It's like the same way when you daughter, mother and daughter. I don't know, father and daughter, right? They have mother, emotional. So that's why a father and daughter works together, and mother and son works together. Like I said earlier, it has to be balanced. But honestly, it's a very complicated issue because, like I said earlier, I know if you look at a political channel like say Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro, they think, oh my god, if you don't have a father, you're more likely to be a dum-dum, which. Let's look at the example of Wendy's. Wendy's, like, for instance, she was adopted, for instance. I mean, maybe she had a father, but she was adopted, never really knew her father, maybe, or never really knew her parents, and guess what? She became successful. Perfect example, Rosalina. Rosalina actually never had a dad. I mean, her mother, okay, yeah, actually, no, she never had a dad. She had a mother, but, it's in games, but guess what? She became a very good human being. Yeah, it's a fictional character, but, it just doesn't work like, it's a big character, but in real life terms, that similar thing could happen, so they show it in the movies and media. You could have no father or mother, but you could still be a good human being. Like I said earlier, your soul travels spiritually in the space of, masculine space. And then going to my next topic to talk about is I almost had like an OBE. I think it was like a spiritual. I don't remember exactly. It was like an out of body experience. It was incredible. It was like an orgasm for my body. I had like an out of body experience. It was very incredible. Like it felt really good. It felt really good. Like the body experience was very good. It was very good, very relaxing, and I felt peace for the first time. I'm not saying like I said, it's I mean Sense of V2. It's not bad. It's not like anything specific, but I had a very good time there. I skipped the Matrix for temporarily. You know, like I said, these movies, man, they tell spiritual stuff going on. Like I think in Marvel they talk about the OBE or the out of body experience, which is basically true. It's true that could actually happen. It's true. That is real. I'm telling you, it happened back in like I think recently in February when I was stressed out situation, and yeah, it's true, man. Also, the Matrix is definitely true in that sense too. So be aware of that too. Now, last time I talk about this toxicity and this religion. I'll make a part two, but really toxicity. With toxic masculinity, first we're going to talk about toxic masculinity, and then this toxic femininity. There's two options there. Really, like I said, people are like, oh my god, I hate men, or then you have the other people like, oh my god, I hate women, blah blah blah. And really, it's just both sides. Honestly, it's just ridiculous. Honestly, you know, like I said earlier on Twitter, right? I said, as long as you contribute to society and be a good human being, people will not go bother you. It just doesn't happen. Like I said, I meet many women. They've been very phenomenal. They're very attractive, very sexy. Actually, I mean, first is the AT&T girl. She is very hot, by the way. I love her, bro. You know, I love her. She's a leadership position. I actually prefer women in leadership position. Like, I'm not like a sexist, you know. And then people like in the comment section or really in society in general. Like, I know back then it was way worse, where like men would just usually, you know, abuse their wives, which was that's despise it, you know. But it's a very complicated issue, like I said earlier. And like I said, now people are bad, like in general. Now people are bad, and then I can make a video about Nintendo, which has been phenomenal. Phenomenal trip to make games for Nintendo. Like I said, this game was made by licensed by Nintendo, which has been phenomenal. But like I said earlier, I know people in the comments. Like I said, everything, you know, we all have bad sides in my opinion. Yeah, everything's satanic, but it's just you get the, you know, you need money to survive, obviously. And you know, you just gotta adapt, you know, here's what it is. But like back what I was saying with the woman and masculine toxic masculinity, like, you know, it's both sides really, you know, you have to be good. I mean, like I said, just gotta be a good human being. Like I said, I mean, Jessica, you know, I don't know her name exactly, but for the memes, I made Jessica memes. There was a beautiful woman with those high heels, black high heels, and she worked at AT&T. She was so hot, though. She got me this beautiful iPhone 12 mini, very hot, very sexy. Could have asked for a number, but I'm in love with her. Maybe it was made by her. Maybe I made a game better. I don't know. Leadership position. No, not second. No, not the no. Leadership position. Love that. See, the thing with guys and girls, you know, and guys are getting real. But the thing with guys, man, is they're very logical, like I said earlier. But also too, they could be emotional too. Some cases. Women on the other hand are very intelligent. Women, let's be honest, they're very intelligent. Okay. I'm not saying like look at the history of like every venture. Like I mean, women are like the best thing that society have contributed. Women by design are very caring. They're very intelligent. People are like, oh, they're emotional. They're not emotional. They're very sophisticated. By that way, they're very intelligent. For instance, my bio mom was very intelligent. My birth mother was a woman, by the way, and she was very intelligent, and she raised me to be a proper human being. And also, I was raised by my bio mom, or my adopted mom. So technically, I have two mothers. Really, my adopted and my bio birth mother. But my adopted mom was more like the foundation that raised me to be a good human being. And really, my birth mother really birthed me, but also there's some little things that contribute to society, honestly. And people are like wonder why do you program games around women? Like why do you make women as leadership, like the leader, like in the games? You know, is this political? No, it's not. So, like I said earlier. You know, there's guys in the game, obviously, like, look at my other games here, you know, but really, the reason why I do this is because it's not political, like I said, my games are not, I try to avoid politics, like I said, because, like I said, I hate when, you know, developers make everything political, and like I said, people are fed up with political nonsense here, you know, like I said, I'm not against, like, putting, like, okay, women in power, independent women. Like I said, I'm not against that too. It's when you put political agenda to make it where it's like, you know, that's what you believe and use that against all people get offensive. Like I said, the generations is getting sensitive, and that's a big problem too. Like there's certain videos there's certain things I can't say on YouTube because first I prefer to lose my account, which I don't want to do, and B two, Google will probably fire me because of my balls, and B I don't want to lose my account too because I use my Gmail for everything too, and B two I mean, there's certain things I'll probably get canceled for it too, and you know, and I can make a whole video about the advertisers, man. Like how advertisers like are really trying to control what you could say and say. Back then, it was like the '60s, but it was way worse. But now it's even worse because now like they could just ban you from brands and like that, and censorship. I could make a whole video about that, but you're not ready for that because I'm chosen by God. You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying earlier, and then the sweatshops of like slave masters of like making like console, not slave master, but making like the slavery of like making hardware, like making hardware, how like the Foxconn and like the nets, and I can make a whole video. You're not ready for that. I'm a chosen, so you're not ready for that. But maybe I save for part 2. Yeah, but like majority of stories, like I don't know how this video was so bipolar, like I said earlier, because I'm chosen by God. So me, I'm gonna tell this is that chosen ones are pretty smart, and that's it. I don't know how this video ends because this video has been very bipolar. Because you can see I'm chosen because I keep switching sides, but I keep going, so I keep going. But let's talk about the pharmaceuticals now. The pharmaceuticals, like I said earlier, the medical industry is very corrupted. But the thing is, like health. Like I remember I was showing the Asian. I was with the Asian. And I took my girl, me and Jessica from AT&T. Phenomenal trip. Okay. Went to I think CVS, and then I realized, oh my god, my first bill cost $300, which is really expensive, sadly. Because I realized that it was all my mom's plan, because my mom was the one paying for that, and I got to pay for. Luckily, I got lucky because got a disability check on that, and managed to get like a lifetime internet, and also managed to get some health care for my meds, because I know I am broke right now. Not broke mentally, like I'm healthy mindsetly, but when it comes to like logically, obviously gotta pay, not be like too much in debt. I could also make a whole video about how college is like just like the propaganda between political agendas, and also the reason why I also dropped that college was like, even if I went to college, it would still not work out too, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Because even if you get the college degree, like I said earlier, well, in some cases like an AI engineer, lawyer, doctor, that's fine. But when it comes to like this basic weird stuff like fixing things, you could just learn on your own and get a certification in that sense. Oh yeah. But last but not least, I'm gonna talk about it's just like like I said, this video is so bipolar. Like I know people are like, oh my god, the world is happy and very positive. But if you think about it, the world is very. I don't want to say satanic. It's not bad, but it's very tough too. And it's gonna lead to my next point. Is this is why I personally would not have kids. Like, why would if first of all, kids are a liability on itself, and third of all, that's a human being, and when you have human beings, that leads to liability and chances of failure. I mean, yeah, okay, girlfriend, cool, I'll have a wife, but I'm not having. If I have a wife, I'm not having kids. I mean, if we do have kids, it's mostly I'll adopt it because at least I could scrap it, or I'm okay, you don't do that, it's bad, but I could actually, send the boss. With a kid, you're screwed. You're stuck either way because you're a kid. Unless you do some trading, but then you still get arrested and they go to foster care. So, because I was in foster care, so it's a liability. And then if you have kids, and then even if you don't have kids, if you like say you can't, if you have abortion, that's also political. It's a mess. So it's a disaster too. So really, the point of the point of not okay, I have to send to YouTube. The point of having them a 6-string, got a 6 sensor for YouTube purposes. You know what I'm saying? The point of having them a SOP EX or the number 6-string is really have kids really and productive. And then I can make a whole video about the marriage industry, the marriage industry, the marriage industry. How like if you let's say like you screwed up with a woman. Let's say the woman, like let's say you screwed up with a woman. You were trying to be a good guy, and you messed up really bad, and you in love, and then all of a sudden this could lead. When I woke up with the Matrix, I realized like, hey, a woman in some cases had more power over me. Some cases when it comes to marriage and that sense. Yeah, it's true. Like people are like, oh, the guys win sometimes. No, majority of the women usually win and make all the money, take all the money, or they usually take the kids. Now, if you're very lucky, if you're lucky or chosen by God, then you can probably understand that, and you're more from the blue. Number one is not have kids and not be married. Now, my best advice if any youngins are trying to get married, this is the wrong time to get married, first and foremost. Second of all, the economy is shit. And third and foremost, if you get married, it's a risk of failure. And I'm like, but if you're going to be successful, you double your income, blah, 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 have kids, gay frogs, or whatever. Gay frogs, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be worth it, you know what I'm saying? Matrix, you skip the, blue pill, blah, blah. No. The thing like I said earlier, marriage could be it could lead to problems. I mean, like I said, not marriage is bad. This one case is good, but like I said, my adopted mom went to marriage, and guess what? Had my brother John. He's older now. I think my brother Gun. And guess what? It felt so bad that she didn't get married again. And well, yeah, granted she won. Well, that's good for me. But majority of the story is that like usually the woman wins the marriage, which is weird. Or that if it's not the woman, it's like if the men win, that's which was like 0.1%. Usually they both have to pay in compensation. That's why I think if you get into marriage, my recommendation: get a prenup. Always get a prenup, and always like situation finances and your assets before the government takes away all your stuff. I could also make a video about how corruption in government and how the Como thing, how that was bad too, and how like that led effect of how it made guys look bad, how we treat women, because like I said earlier, now guys are toxic. I believe in value of society. I believe in helping humanity. Now guys are toxic, like I said earlier, but it's just very tough. How it's very hard to talk to women that understand what I'm talking about. Now, like I said, in some cases here, God, like I said, God, I think God, when God talk about religion, God could send people to many ministries' way. There's some cases where God actually sent like beautiful woman to help you on your venture. Who knows? Maybe in the future I'll become married. I don't know. But it's a very complex issue in that sense. But when you turn 21, you grow up from the Matrix, when you realize, yeah, everything's a lie, everything's satanic and evil. You just have to adapt to it. So I think my best advice for you youngins or you kids, really, if you're older, like if you're 21, obviously, I'll make this as a PSA and send this video to any youngins in the future. This could be a national archive. This is probably gonna be burned on the DVD, because I could make a whole video about how piracy is allowed now, getting disappeared. Oh, you're not ready for that, man. The piracy into piracy. How like DRM could lead to like problems like preservation issues and all that stuff, and the end of civilization. Not really preservation nonsense, but that's a big issue. You're not ready for that because I'm chosen by God. But yeah, that's my take on that video. This could be a long video, and I can make up about internet censorship, all that stuff, and the gay frogs, all that stuff, but you're not ready for that. Alex Jones, what's up, but it's a lot to handle, when you have bipolar, and then bipolar mental health, how mental health could lead to corruption, mental health, how, say I think something crazy, context is key, and how new invention, like for instance, the iPhone was like treated as a dumb idea, but then it became the most popular idea, so you should, and then Nikola Tesla, 33s, blah, 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 369, blah, 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 Nikola Tesla manifesto code, you're not ready for that, so be ready for part 2, about more conspiracy theory, because this is now the Belly of the Theory on the channel, really on YouTube. So it's gonna be on my website too, and it's gonna be on my YouTube channel. So please check out tonight at I say 3 a.m. or really 6 p.m. I don't know when this video uploaded. So yeah, I think the video. Love you guys, and I'm out. Alright, that's it. I gotta go. I'm out. That's it, and I'm out. Remember, kids, last but not least, I like my woman how I like my tea. Very hot and very steaming. Okay, I love you guys. That was a joke, Google. I'm out. Peace.
Okay, you need to get your own website.